Welcome to English Podcasts. Relax and enjoy your listening practice.
In the middle of the Kizul Kum, where the wind writes its messages into the sand only to erase them an hour later, where direction exists only for those who remember it, there stands a gas station that does not appear on any map. There are no signs leading to it, no GPS coordinates, no promises of arrival, only rusted poles driven into the ground and faded flags hanging from them, motionless most days, like bones pointing toward water that may or may not still exist. It has no official name, but people know it. They know it because it is the last place for diesel and oil between three broken highways, because without it the desert does not forgive, and because the man who keeps it alive has been there longer than memory itself. Rashid is 82 years old, thin as wire, his lungs rattling like dry seeds in a can when he breathes. He still works. He still pumps. He still counts every drop, not out of greed, but out of habit, the kind that forms when survival depends on consistency, not hope. His son, Takir, returned from the city 5 months ago, not to help, not to learn, but to end things. "We should burn it," he says one evening, watching the sun bleed into the sand. "Blow the tanks, leave nothing. This place will become a war zone." "Why?" Rashid asks without looking at him. "Because power shouldn't pass to bandits. They'll kill each other over diesel, over oil, over dust. This station will turn into a battlefield." "Then let them," Rashid says quietly. "You don't understand. You're giving them weapons." "I'm giving them fuel, the same thing I've always given." Men arrive at dusk, always from different directions, as if the desert itself were sending them carefully spaced apart. One group comes in old Soviet trucks, painted black, rifles resting openly in the back. They pay cash, place it on the counter without a word, and leave the same way they came. Another arrives on motorcycles, young, masked, eyes sharp and hungry. They ask for a discount. Rashid shakes his head. They don't argue. They simply leave. A third walks. 7 men, sunburned, carrying jugs that once held water, now precious for something else. They trade dates, a knife, bread hard as stone. Rashid accepts. He pumps slowly, as if he is filling not containers, but time itself. Takir watches all of it. "You're feeding wolves," he says. "I'm selling fuel," Rashid answers again, not choosing who deserves to live. "When you die, they'll tear this place apart. They'll fight, kill, burn it anyway." "Maybe. Then why not decide the end yourself? Make it clean, controlled." Rashid looks toward the horizon, where the sky turns red, then gray, then black. "Do you think fire purifies?" "Yes." "Fire only hides," Rashid says. "It doesn't decide." For years the station was never neutral. It was balance. No one attacked here because everyone needed it. Enemies refueled at different hours. Guns stayed holstered. Words stayed short. An unspoken truce formed, not by agreement, but by necessity. If this place fell, none of them would cross the desert alive. Rashid was not a peacekeeper, not a hero, not even a judge. He was simply the man who kept the pump working, who remembered names, who gave extra drops to the one whose wife was sick, who turned away those who tried to buy favor with blood-stained money. He did not sell morality. He sold fuel. And through that simple act, repeated without deviation, he built order. Takir wants meaning, wants justice, believes destruction can be noble. But his father knows that ending something is not the same as choosing how it ends. You do not honor life by blowing it up. You honor it by letting it live until it stops on its own. When the fever comes, sharp and final, Rashid refuses pills. He sits outside, listening to the familiar rhythm of the pump. Takir stands near the detonator he built and hid beneath the storage tent. One wire, one switch, a clean ending, a story worth telling. But he waits. He watches as two rival gangs arrive at the same time. They step out, look at each other, no weapons raised. One nods, the other returns it. Engines stay idling. No one speaks. There is silence holding everything together, fragile but intact. Rashid smiles, closes his eyes. He dies like that, with engines running, with the desert still breathing, with the world continuing to move because one old man sold fuel to everyone. Hours later, Takir stands alone on the platform. He looks at the detonator in his hand for a long time, then throws it into the sand. Let the desert take it. Let the wind bury it. Because some things are not about control, or legacy, or clean endings. Some things are about knowing when letting go is enough. You don't have to destroy what you love to prove it mattered. Sometimes the deepest act of respect is not pressing the button, but stepping back and allowing the end to come, drop by drop, until there is nothing left to hold.